your results, or this is preparing you if you haven't got your results yet because it's just been released. So if your results aren't what you're expecting, then make sure that you speak to your school or college. I know it can be awkward, but you want to make sure you do that. And they'll be able to give you some advice whether you want to do resits or, and it depends to what extent you want to redo yours, because it can just be that you got an 8 instead of a 9. So in that case, you might want to check your marks and see if you were 1 mark off something or 2 marks off something. You might want to get it remarked. But I would recommend not to get your papers remarked if it's any more than like 3 marks off, because they don't tend to change your grade, because it's effectively them admitting they're wrong and they don't want to do that. But good luck to everybody. I can see people are leaving to get theirs soon. That's why I started this live kind of early, because I know there's a range of times where people are going to be getting their results. And so on top of that, I also said, do you want to be on the Know Awful Wall of Fame? So a lot of you guys wanted to share your success, and I know you're going to do well because you've been telling me throughout this GCSE season what you started out with, your predicted grades, and what you want to get, whether you just want to pass, whether you want to get these set of grades. So here's the wall. It's not showing yet. So what I would do is put your profile picture. It doesn't have to be a picture of you, obviously. It can be just any picture, for example, your YouTube, and then just put information about how well you've done, your predicted grades, and how you've improved from there, or what your goals were and if you've achieved them. So that will be for later once you've actually got your results, because I know some of you haven't. But yeah, so the wait is painful, I can tell. I know a lot of people are actually on their way to get their results, so they're not available right now. That's why it's kind of a long window. But whilst we're waiting, I can tell you the story of how I got my GCSE results if you want, or if you have any questions, you can just put them in the chat. I know a lot of people are streaming on TikTok right now, and they're probably the students who are getting the results and want to share them online. So, and if the reception is not good, then also tell me that as well. Hopefully the screen is clear. Okay, and I'm still checking whether the grade boundaries have been uploaded, because they should have been uploaded at 8 o'clock. So let me search them up. The computer science ones are out for OCR. Okay, thanks for the update. Because I know the GCSE computer science OCR last year was a shipwreck, apparently. There was not much resources. Yeah, each exam board publishes their own unique grade boundaries for whatever things that you've set. So Edexcel's still not up there, but somebody said OCR is, so let me show OCR. Oh, somebody's already shared them. Perfect. So it's 65 out of 80 for paper 1 and 71 out of 80 for paper 2. Wow, paper 2 is quite high, but paper 1 seems quite normal. Yeah, they have the A-level grade boundaries already, but they don't necessarily have other ones. Okay, here. I'll share my screen. So if you did sit anything OCR, I will share the link of the grade boundaries in the chat, and you can see, oh, you can't see on here yet. You can see now that you've got computer science, because that's what most GCSE students do, computer science in OCR. And yep, as that person has likely shared, these are the grade boundaries. But I guess this doesn't mean much to you, especially if you've forgotten where you are, how far you did. You may have done some predictions as well, which could be fun to look at. Okay, so that is the OCR computer science ones. Let me find a way to share my screens. Okay. Okay, so somebody's asked. Okay, I will share my story of when I got my GCSE results. So I got my GCSE results a couple of years ago. I won't say because people always try and guess my age, so I'll keep that suspense. But I got them a couple of years ago. I wasn't affected by COVID, so that was very different. And then my predicted grades were pretty much threes and fours, and I only got one predicted nine for engineering, and everything else was threes and fours because my school's performance had been quite low. And on top of that, my teachers didn't believe I was going to do well. But I think they had exaggerated how bad I was going to do. So I worked really hard over summer and I worked hard, especially towards warm up to exams and especially in English literature and language because that's where I felt that I was worse at. And then I got my GCSE results. I got all nines, and for English literature and language, I got 100%. I was over the moon. I was thinking, I went from getting a three in English, and that's where I actually did get a three the previous year, to going all the way up to a grade nine. So that's what inspired me to then start making YouTube videos a couple of years after that, and that's what happened then. I don't have a video of my GCSE results, but I do have a video of my A-level results, which I might reveal later on. So hopefully you guys have some inspirational stories, or if you have any older siblings, you've probably experienced going to get your results. If you're the eldest sibling, then this is your first time. So it's going to be probably a bit nerve-wracking. I'm going to check if any other grade boundaries have come. How many hours are the boundaries coming out for AQA? They should have come out at 8 o'clock. Or that's when the beginning of it. So they can now come out any time after that. Let me check. But by 8:30, they definitely should be there already, because when you guys have got your results in your hand, you need to be able to check the grade boundaries to see how far you were from something. Okay, AQA is now out with the grade boundaries. So I'll share that link in the chat. Hopefully you can see the screen. Tips for English literature and language. Well, I actually did do a video of how I got 100% in English literature and language. I might redo that video because it doesn't seem to get many views, so I think it's not that engaging, but it does have every single thing I did for my subjects. And then I also publish videos going over my actual 4-mark essays, so that can give you an idea of how to write them. Okay, so we've got different subjects here with your different exam grade boundaries. Obviously, you can do anything in AQA. Most of the videos that I do currently are in AQA, but if you may be aware, next year I'm doing 20 different GCSEs covering loads of different exam boards. But yeah, so make sure you check out them and just write down the grade boundaries so that when you're getting your results, you kind of know how far off you were from something. I'm guessing Edexcel would also be out as well by now. No worries. Let me try and link the Edexcel grade boundaries as well. 1 second. Yeah, and if anyone else has any questions, do share. Okay, so Edexcel, I'm still struggling to find the A-level ones, the GCSE ones, because I can see the A-level results here. Oh, maybe it's below it. Are these grade boundaries high? How are these grade boundaries in relation to previous years? I think most of them I'm looking at are quite similar, and then some are quite high. Let me check. I can't find the GCSE. Oh. Your GCSEs are next year. I always feel that when you get your GCSE results, then time goes so quickly. You end up doing your year 12 really fast, and then you're doing your mocks, and then you're stressing about university, and then you get your A level results. And when you get your A level results, it feels like you've just sat your GCSEs. Oh yeah, sure, Mariam. You can link the Edexcel ones because I can't find them on my browser. So feel free to link the Edexcel grade boundaries. So all the grade boundaries are out, it seems, which is interesting. I don't know if any of you have got your results yet. You're probably on the way to. I think I got my results at 9 o'clock because I left because the school had to open at 8:30. I think most of you are going to school to get your results. 219 out of 240 for a grade 9 in maths. Wow, that is extortionately high. Normally it's like in the 190s, or that is really high. So it's either that a lot of you guys did well in maths, or you're just a generally smart year group. Because for A levels, the grade boundaries were quite high because it seemed that A level students of this year, 2024, were really academic and did really well. Especially like last year, compared to last year, the A levels were really, really low. So waiting to open Christmas presents. Yeah, it is very anxious. It gets very anxious to when you're holding the envelope, and it gets really scary. But then when you open it, you realize you tend to overestimate how badly you've done. Oh, you've got your first one. Okay, perfect. Oh, you do AQA maths. Interesting. Same grade boundaries as 2023 and 2024 for chemistry. Yeah, a lot of the boundaries are the same because I think if they did a drastic change, you guys were still probably, I'm guessing, affected by COVID, so they can't be unfair to you guys. And if anyone's done well, or whenever you get your results, then feel free to just send a chat saying, oh, I got these, I was predicted these, and thus I improved. And what you're hoping to do in the future as well. What are you guys hoping to do? Are you hoping to do A levels, or go to college, or do an apprenticeship? Because that's what the government recommended if you don't get the results that you're expecting, to do an apprenticeship, which is quite interesting. It's 197 for a 9 for Edexcel maths. Okay, yeah, that makes more sense because I think that is more common and in line with the previous years. Let me check the news as well, because the media also gets access to the overall GCSE performance. So the overall picture of results day comes out at 9:30. Okay. Okay, so people in, I don't know if this means anything to you guys. Let me share this tab. 1 second. So on the left-hand side, you can see the news. You can see students in Scotland had their results early in the month, and pass rates actually dropped to pre-COVID levels or below. So last year, A-level results were quite low, but GCSE results were quite high. So the pass rates have dropped for Scotland. So not the best news. The England's Educational Secretary, which is interesting because it's now Labour government, says she's concerned the results will show entrenched regional disparities. That's why there's been a lot of reporting for northern schools. Can you see the screen? Oh, you can't even see the screen. Oops, sorry. So yeah, I was just looking at the BBC News page, and it was saying Scotland and Education Secretary there. The overall picture is going to come out at 9:30. People also getting BTEC awards and level 2 results. Like if any of you did level 2 further maths, I did that as well. So you'll be getting those results as well. And make sure, don't forget, once you've got your results, it's not that you're never going to go back to the school, because in probably a couple of months' time, normally in around December time, you need to go back to school to pick up your actual GCSE certificates, which are like on a card piece of paper. And it is like a formal declaration of your results. So make sure you do that and don't forget. Normally, the school even just wants you to call them as well. They're not going to call you and tell you that they've arrived. So you need to be in touch with your school about December time. Let me check any other news. Just looked at AQA boundaries for higher biology. They are so high. Biology has never been that high. Well, you guys must have done too well in your results, I guess. Because normally when grade boundaries are high, it means that the average performance was quite high. So they have to lower the boundaries, because the boundaries are not set for every year. So it's going to be dependent on how everyone does. I'm looking at the news in other parts of the UK, because other people have got their results, like Wales. So Wales has also made a return back to normal. There's been a significant so in Wales, there's been a significant increase in the number of students entering the workforce immediately after completing Year 11. This has increased, and it's been at its highest since 2008. And that normally suggests, when loads of people are leaving at Year 11, that they have left education. That normally means that they didn't do too well in their GCSE results. Oh, so some of you guys are receiving your GCSE results via email. That's even more scary, because you're just waiting, and then at 1 second it just pops up. You may be getting your results at 8:30, because that's when a lot of schools do it. So the 9 for GCSE biology AQA is 17 marks higher than last year. Wow. That is crazy. AQA boundaries are bad. Okay. Wow. That means that people must have done really well in AQA exams. Oh, some of you get yours at 9. Wow, that's a long way. I think that's the time I got my GCSE results as well. So if you guys want to do a Kahoot or anything to take your mind off of it, we can do that whilst you're waiting for your results to come. You can see what time do your results come out. So it says GCSE results for exams taken earlier this year will come out at 8 o'clock onwards. So if you're collecting them in person, check with your school for an exact time. I don't know why they always have to explain the 9 to 1 system as if it's something like new. Hasn't this been in systems for a long time? Anyway, so only one change remained in place this year. The Department for Education in England said students in maths, physics, and combined science were allowed to use formula and equation sheets for the final time, and this will not be allowed in 2025. I think this was just for GCSEs. How can you appeal against GCSE results? If you don't think it's right, you can talk to your school. And if you think you've been unfairly graded, you can ask your school or college to appeal. So that's different from getting it remarked. If you fail an exam, you can just resit them the following academic year, but you'll tend to be in sixth form or college whilst you're doing that. Now, In England, you must be in official educational training under 18. You can do an apprenticeship. You can work while studying part-time, start earning. So hopefully you've made these decisions. And once you get your results, remember to start calling sixth forms if that's the route you want to take, the A-level route, to make sure that you get your place. You've already accepted your fate. Thank you so much for this year. Of course. I think you guys are the year where I did my lives and I started doing them. So I feel a connection to you guys. Whereas the previous years, it's just been them watching videos and I was still in the process of making them. Even now, I'm still in the process of making them. But because I did lives, I got to interact with you. So the equation sheet for combined science was completely useless. The thing is, if you have an equation sheet in the exam, it also limits getting the easy marks because they can't just ask you for the equation anymore. So it's a good and bad thing. Okay, let's see if there's any other news. It's approaching 8:30, so we might get a lot more intel on how GCSEs are doing. Did I use flashcards when revising? I think if you're asking me directly, for GCSEs, I just used the textbooks. I didn't have, because I changed schools, and when I changed schools, I only had a couple of months to revise, and all the exam board changed for me. So I had to cope with that, and so I didn't have time. But for A levels, I actually did make revision cards for chemistry, and that really helped. But I did a different style. So, and then for maths and further maths, I just made cheat sheets, which I used. And then for economics, I made massive mind maps. So you need to flex your style depending on what you want to do. You still need to pass English language. So they might ask you to retake that. But again, I would advise talking to your school on that front. Okay, let me share my screen. The Guardian is saying GCSE results day, hundreds of thousands of people await their grades. That is all the news on there. GCSE grades are a good predictor of life chances and well-being. Okay, because GCSEs are important because it's a set of exams that everybody has to take, whether they have a choice or not. And then what you do from there onwards is different. People do A levels, people do BTECs, people do apprenticeships, but GCSEs are the central thing where everybody does that. If you're looking for the Edexcel grade boundaries, let me try and find them again, but I couldn't find them. Some other people said they could. So I think you might struggle to find the to send links on the chat. So let me do it. Okay, I found them. I will send them here. I'll send them on the chat. So you can see overall grade boundaries. I'll zoom in and then you can scroll down slowly. Now I'm looking at this, I realize how many GCSEs there are. It's crazy. So you've got biology here. A lot of you do biology. So for higher, it's 166 out of 200 for a 9, 152 for an 8, and 139 for a 7. For business, it's 147 out of 180 for a 9, 137 for an 8, and 128 for a 7. Now looking at these, you realize how close the grade boundaries are to get one grade to the next, especially when you get to the higher end of the spectrum. You've got chemistry, it's 148 out of 200 for a 9 for higher, so that's ridiculously different to the biology. Computer science, if you do AQA, it's 119 out of 150. Citizenship, 134 out of 160. Combined science, to your total mark to get a 5.5 must be 217 out of 360. And that's foundation. And if you're doing higher, then you want to get 272 out of 360. For design technology, it depends on which one you do, but most people do 1A, so you need to get 144 out of 200. You already know what you've got in your coursework, so it's just the other exam that you need to add to that. Drama, you need 200 out of 240. English language, you need 132 out of 160. And English literature, you need 133 out of 160. Now, I know in English language and literature, it's really easy to lose marks, so bear with that. Okay, so somebody's already got their results. 7889999. Wow, that's amazing. So you've got all A's and A stars. That is really well done. I can put you on the wall of fame if you wish to be on that. I'll just put your username and results. That's amazing. Nice start off to results. I think a lot of you are getting them now or will be receiving them really soon. Well done. Okay, I just need, a second. Those are really, really good results. Well done. You should be happy. Now you guys can go and celebrate as well. Good luck, everybody who's heading off to get their results. I am praying that you do the best you can possibly do. I'm just writing your grades that you got because that's amazing. I did not do non-examined assessments for English. For the GCSE, I didn't have any coursework because I just did the AQA spec. I've got an idea. I think this will become a lot more busier soon. I'm just trying to get the profile pictures. Okay, I've managed to get the profile picture and then I'll put that on the wall. Also, if you guys are getting your results, feel free to share them on the chat and then give a little message of, I was predicted this, I got this, I'm happy with my results, blah, blah, blah. And in the future, I want to get these results. That would be nice to see. But okay, that's the first one populated. Okay, so you should be able to see the Wall of Fame, populated by one person already. I don't get mine till 10. Wow, that's a long, painful wait. Is there any reason why there's such a wait, or is it just there? I'm doing my GCSEs next year. I'm so nervous. Well, don't be nervous. I think the only part of being nervous is literally the results day. I feel like even when you're doing your exams, you're not that nervous, but it's the results day that really hits in. Is the grade boundaries the highest it's been? No. So the grade boundaries have been higher, and they were probably the highest during the COVID. Oh, no, sorry. The grade boundaries were quite low during the COVID years. I think they were very high last year. So if they're matching last year, they're probably around that, but not generally too high. Let me see if there's any more news. And also, we were going through the Edexcel grade boundaries. So if you want any more on that, just go on the link in the chat and you can look at the specific subjects that you did. I needed 2 this year because I'm in year 10 and homeschooled. I got an 8 and 9 in German and Arabic. Well done. You're only in year 10 and you've already got 2 A stars. That's amazing. Do you want to be on the Wall of Fame as well? I want as many students there as possible, especially if you watch my videos, because that's even more cool to see you guys there. And if you do, then put like a little statement of, I improved by this much, blah, blah, blah. You're getting an email and it hasn't come yet. Oh my gosh. I think with A-level results, it's definitely more common to get it sent to you. But with GCSE, I thought that most people just go and get the envelope, but interesting. Okay, let me check the news out. Okay, so you can see on BBC News, there's some pictures. Oh, there's a lot of year 10s in the chat. You did literature and Punjabi. Well done. Well done. I wish I did GCSE Punjabi. Anyway, so here are some pictures of people getting their results. I think this is, I'm not sure which school this is, but yeah, this is how I picture getting results. Normally people are with their parents actually, and it's in some room. Everybody's incredibly concerned by a disadvantage gap. Okay. London and South East England are likely to get more passes and top grades than those elsewhere. The government wants to unleash opportunity for all parts of the country by hiring more teachers. And it's interesting because for those of you who are getting their results who are in year 11 today, from your year group onwards, you won't be writing a personal statement for universities, you'll be answering questions. And that was in an attempt to reduce the disadvantage and the disparity. Now, I think it's quite polarizing because some people think personal statement is a good way to summarize yourself. And the questions is just very unfamiliar, so it's actually going to put you at a disadvantage. So make sure you guys check on that because that's going to affect your year group first. In college, it's an email from 8:30 onwards. Okay. So you guys are going to get your emails. In year 10, did maths and English language. Okay. It's nice that some of you guys are able to do your English early because I am aware that you can do your maths early, but English, that's new to me. The government wants to unleash opportunity by adding VAT to private school fees. Okay. Yeah, in Scotland, people don't study GCSEs, they study National 5 qualification. So that's why the results are going to be a bit different. Okay, so, oh wow. So they've actually linked the grade boundaries for the different subjects, and that was released after 8 a.m. The questions are a personal statement in a different format. Yes, I think so. I'm not too aware of what changes have been made, but I think there's been an update. Smiles from students and teachers after COVID aftermath. So Wright Robinson's College in Gorton. So they got their results at 8 a.m. They counted to 10 before opening them. There were smiles. Congrats, class of 2024. Okay. So they're definitely getting a lot of Manchester pictures up there, but I think a lot of my views are just from London. So interesting to see how they go. I'm actually nervous for you guys to get your results, but hopefully in a couple of minutes, people come back and say whether they're happy. Hopefully they are happy. And it's also nice to know that you're going to be done with certain subjects as well. For example, if you're doing A-levels that are more maths and science, then it's nice to know that you're done with English forever. Or if you're doing English, then it's nice to know you're done with maths. So that's a really nice thing as well. I'm just reading lots of news about the GCSE results. So I don't know if this calms you down, but apparently Ant and Dec got identical GCSE grades. Richard Branson dropped out of school. Jeremy Clarkes admitted he left school with 1 C and 2 U grades. So I think GCSEs, in terms of whether they affect your future, they probably are only going to just dictate your next academic step, but it's not going to necessarily dictate your entire future because that's probably going to just be your next step. For example, if you're going to do A-levels, that will impact it, or apprenticeship. Let me share the screen. So this is from the Mirror. The big priority for the government is to make sure that opportunities are spread far and wide because young people need to make their choices. But we know that across the country, it's not evenly spread out how those decisions are made. Okay. When can I resit my exam? So resits in maths and English are held in November and May of each year. Others, such as science, can be done during the summer time, during the usual exam period. So if you want to reset sciences, that will be when everyone else is sitting GCSE 2025. And if you're doing maths and English, you can do that in November and May. Now, the reason why there's a difference is because in order to progress to your next academic adventure, you have to make sure you get your maths and English sorted. What exams can I resit? You can resit or retake any exams. If you want to do your maths and English, you have to be under 18 and have at least got a grade 4. Okay. Is there a cost for resits? It can be free to retake exams, but it usually depends on your previous grades, the subject that you want to retake, and the type of school or college you attend. The education sector is saying that you have remarkable resilience. So you've got A levels and T levels, apprenticeships, loads of different things. You guys can share in the chat where you want to go after this. Okay. Okay, so we can look at expectations. You thought you weren't going to pass anything, so you don't know where you're going. Okay, well, we'll see where you end up. Hopefully it's better than what you expected, especially if you put the hard work in, then you definitely deserve really good grades. Okay, so it's the first year that GCSE grades are expected to be similar to 2019 across all 3 nations. So things seem to be coming back to normal. For A levels, that means that there's an improvement, and then for GCSEs, that means that unfortunately there's going to be a downgrade because GCSEs were really high last year. It follows a growth in the percentage of number of passes in 2020 and 21 when exams were cancelled because of COVID and a phased effort to bring them back down. Okay. Most students receiving their results were in year 7 when the first COVID lockdowns were announced, so have spent every year of their secondary education in the midst or the wake of the pandemic. Interesting. Am I in university? That is a secret. I can't tell you that yet. You've got 5 GCSEs, so you don't know what you want to do. You're planning to race, but you might go into college now. You don't know what's going on anymore. Okay, at least you have recognized that you don't know what's going on. And I would say try and make a plan. Going on the educational route is always good because if you want to do anything in the future, you're going to have to go back and do it anyway. So you might as well do it whilst you're free of like having jobs and things like that. And it's being paid for as well. They're looking at personal experiences. So in 2023, GCSE grades fell back towards the pre-pandemic levels. Where is it? Okay. But I think they're going to fall slightly a little bit more or be around that mark. You can see how it goes a bit up during this time as there was teacher assessed grades, so it was much more optimistic than the actual grades they received. Oh, some of you are going back to India. What, as a permanent thing? That'll be interesting. The changes to grading in England last year, combined with more teenagers sitting GCSEs, meant that fewer students achieved grade 4s or above. Okay. So that was last year. Okay, interesting. The A-level results were really glowing. A lot of people got really high. I think there was a high percentage saying about 60% of people got in their first choice university, which is really high and quite abnormal because most people do, but it's much less than normally 60%. Let me double check those figures. Okay, so not even 60, sorry. 82% of offer holders got accepted by their first choice university, not 60, 82%, which is really, really high and positive news for A-levels. So hopefully the news is quite similar for GCSEs and you guys get some good results in. Okay, you can see grade boundaries. And a lot of people ask as well, a common question is, does the school and do the teachers see your results before you do? And they do, but it's not as early as you expect. So they don't really have time to be checking those necessarily. But if they do want to check, they can. So I don't know the exact time, but they do get to see it a little bit earlier than you do. Okay, the wait is scary, but hopefully you guys get your results that you're expecting. Yeah, hopefully. I'm checking YouTube to see if anybody's uploaded their opening their GCSE results, but it seems quite empty. I just see a video saying you're done for, which is not the most positive. But I think what's nice about YouTube and the GCSE and A-level results day is it's very equal. It's not that everybody's got all nines. Is some people have also struggled, so you can see the different pathways, and then you can see what they've gone on to do as well. Your geography teacher is going to laugh at you. She's going to bully your result. That's not very nice. I don't think she will. Hopefully she won't, and hopefully you do good enough that it won't be laughable. I have loads of geography videos, so if you ever need to resit, you can just check out my channel. But I was saying on Reddit that everybody who has who's doing GCSEs for 2025 are so lucky because I'm covering 20 GCSEs. I'm doing so many videos. This past summer, I've been quite quiet on YouTube, but I've been creating so many videos. So you guys are gonna be very in luck. And it's for like subjects where they don't have many resources. For example, drama, design technology, engineering, food studies, PE. So all of those subjects, I'm going to be doing really good videos. They'll be released definitely by October half term for you guys. Okay, I've been live streaming for 52 minutes now, and so far one person has their result. Okay, hopefully people come back after they've celebrated. I know there's a lot of places that are doing free food, or not free food, but like deals for results day. I know Nando's does things. Okay. Let us check. Make sure to add yourself to the Knowledge for GCSE Wall of Fame once you get your results as well. We want to see you doing the best. A lot of people, when we were doing the GCSE lives, were saying how they were being underpredicted or how they were scared and they thought they were going to get low grades. So hopefully you have superseded your expectations and the expectations of others and hopefully made yourself and your families proud. I think it's going to be interesting what's going to happen from next year onwards as well, because from the next year, the people are going to be those who were in year 6 during when COVID struck. So it's a different experience then, because they still got affected by COVID in their secondary education, but there has to be a time where they start getting things back to normal, because they can't have everybody have lots of advantages, because then nobody does in the end. Am I a school teacher? I'm not. You're going to get your results at 10-ish. Okay. Hopefully that comes around soon. It's already been almost an hour, so that was really quick. I'm not a school teacher. I'm a student who achieved their GCSE grades within the last couple of years, and so I wanted to help people that way. Because I think teachers, as much as they work hard, they aren't always the best at talking about exam technique, because they haven't recently just done the exam. They're teaching the content, so that's what they're really good at. But what they're not as good at is helping them in terms of the exams. Okay. Let's see what else is here. Reddit is always a good place to go as well. I mean, I don't know if you guys were the ones doing this, but I think this trend started around a couple of years ago, where every time people did a GCSE exam, somebody would leak the paper, and then everybody would discuss and check if they got answers correct or not. It came up for you for 8:30. Okay. A lot of people are talking about the boundaries and how they're quite extreme on Reddit. What is BBC doing with the GCSE Live? They're not doing anything. Yeah, I love. Okay. A lot of people are saying their GCSEs that they got in line with how they predicted they would get, but again, much higher than their predicted grades. I think schools and sixth forms and colleges need to rethink the idea of predicted grades because it can be very damaging to the student, and that can influence how the student will do rather than just letting them do the exam. I think the system in America is very different, where they do the exams and then they apply to universities based on the actual results rather than predicted. So I think that's a much better system. Can I show the maths higher ed Excel grade boundaries? Yeah, of course. Let me find them. So for, where is it? Maths, you can see here, if you're doing foundation, then those are the grade boundaries. And if you're doing higher, then those are the grade boundaries. You want to go to college once you've got your grades later. Nice. Good plan. As long as you have sort of plan of what, are you going to call up schools, whatever you're going to do. So foundation, you've got 175 out of 240 for a 5, and then for higher, you've got 197 out of 240. So I think that's quite in line with previous years. I think we already discussed that for higher ed Excel. I think somebody initially said 200 and something for AQA, and then I was like, oh, okay, that's slightly different. There's always a debate going about whether ed Excel or AQA maths is harder, so that's interesting. Hopefully you get a 6 in maths. Yeah, 6 is 105 out of 240. So if you think it's achievable and if you've been working hard, hopefully you get those. A lot of you guys can get jobs as well. And I mean, most of you should be able to, since you should be at least 16. So you might also think about getting part-time jobs, which could be useful for saving up for university, or if you want to take a gap year and go traveling also. I'm checking the Reddits now. A lot of people are happy because they've passed all of their subjects. What you see on Reddit is that everybody is initially very scared about what they get, and then like 10 minutes later, they then say what they get, and they're much more happy. Can I hire you? Ironically, you've said that. I've just recruited loads of volunteers who are creating loads of TikTok videos for me because that's not my favorite thing to do. And I don't have time to do that when I'm doing other GCSE videos. And they're actually doing really, really well. So okay. Everybody's confidence is spiking and dropping. And I think what's interesting about results day is there's no premium set of grades. Even though the top is all 9s, it doesn't mean you're absolutely rubbish if you don't get all 9s. If you've made an improvement and it's because of your hard work, then I think that's very good to congratulate. So even if you get all 7s, all 5s, as long as you pass, as long as you've made an improvement, I think that is worth celebrating. Some people are saying they still have 1 hour left till they're getting their results. They want their January mock exam results. A lot of people did. Oh, okay. So somebody did maths early and is redoing it because they didn't do the best then. Okay, so let me check the latest. Okay, so the BBC News is just giving individual school stories. You just got one here. Okay, so results are expected to be in line with last year, says the school's minister. GCSE results are expected to be roughly in line with last year's results, where they fell back towards pre-pandemic levels. So this is what we were saying. It's good in a sense because it means they're back to a sense of normality, but she notes that there has been an incredibly challenging journey for those receiving their results today. They had just started their secondary school when the pandemic hit. They should be incredibly proud to receive their qualifications, she added. Okay, so there's some insight there. It's going to be very similar to previous years. Spare a thought for the school leaders and other staff who've been busy building balloon arches and putting hundreds of result slips in envelopes ahead of pupils collecting their results. Okay. That's a school in Wales. I think what's a bit scary is whenever they go on like Good Morning Britain or some show like that, and then you're asked to open and share your results live. I think there's a lot of pressure opening your results and then doing it live on national TV is quite funny as well. I haven't seen any of that. Maybe people are still waiting to do that now. The grade boundaries are typically either in line with last year or slightly higher. It seems that you guys have done a bit better than the previous year. Okay, so I don't see any results day videos apart from my own. You want to be on the Wall of Fame. You have to get your results first, and then you can be on that. Especially, this is the Wall of Fame if anybody is asking. So it's whoever has been watching my videos and live streams and has made a good improvement in their results, they can be up there. Somebody who's already achieved their results is on there. So once you guys get them, then feel free to share. I think a lot of you have just started checking out their results. So thank you, Mariam. I appreciate that. Okay. Let's see if there's any other news. If anyone has any questions, feel free to let me know. We did do a pre-GCSE results live stream, and then we answered some questions and things that you should make sure you're doing, calling your sixth forms, having backup choices. If things don't go to plan, then looking on the screen, because I did show some things that the government's put out that you should be thinking about if your results weren't what you were expecting and whether you want to do resits. Okay, so other news is saying that it's interesting what's going to happen for next year onwards because this year was the final year the Conservatives were also in power. So that does affect, because it was their decision to give you guys the exam sheets and formula sheets for your exams. So from next year onwards, because the Labour is in power, what do you think they're going to be like? Do you think they're going to be more on the student side and give them more support? Or do you think they're going to be more stricter and trying to ensure that the grades, the top grades, are given out more scarcely? You've got a 7 in geography. Well done. Okay. I can put you on the wall of fame if you want to be. The number system is really weird. I don't know why we had transitioned to it because it was interesting. A levels used to be graded with numbers. So A levels used to have numbers, and then that switched to letters, and then GCSEs were always in letters, and then that switched to numbers. So you got better than you thought in your exams. That's really nice to hear. Okay, let me add you to the wall of fame. And then what we'll do is once the GCSE results day is over, I'll post this so everybody can see their amazing achievements. I'm just going to try and get your profile picture so I can put that in there. See, I do think that a lot of people get better than what they think they do in their exams. I think in your exams, everybody gets really scared and always thinks the worst possible things happened. But in reality, you tend to do a lot better. So, okay, I've got your profile picture. Okay. In 20 minutes, there's going to be the overview of how everybody's done on GCSE results as well. So that'll be interesting to see, i.e. how the UK has performed compared to normal. I remember when we were doing our GCSE lives, a lot of people would talk about where they wanted to end up in the future. A lot of people said Oxbridge, which was really nice, or Russell Group universities, and what jobs that people wanted to do, become lawyers, doctors, vets. So that was really nice to see as well, how you guys are going to end up going from there. Another good thing you can do is you can check your school that you've been to, the results of that school, and see how good they have been. I'm going to check the original school that I went to and see how they have done. Okay, they haven't even released any. You got a grade 9 for maths. Well done. That's amazing. Do you want to be on the wall of fame? Oh, Chidima is here. How are you? You're 2 marks off a 7 in biology. Should I remark it? I would say if you're 2 marks or less, then maybe you can remark it, but any more than 3 marks, and they don't tend to change much. Excel maths, perfect. Okay, let me add you, because I want everybody's achievements to be on here. Give me a second. Mariam got a 7 in maths. Oh, amazing. Okay, let me add that too. So just bear with me whilst I'm adding everyone's names. I think it's going to get a lot more hectic soon as people start coming back from their results. This is amazing. Everybody's achieving a lot because all I'm seeing here is A's and A stars, and you can't get any better than that. Okay. Okay. People are still waiting for their results. I'm still waiting for most people's results as well because I want to hear what you guys got. So it is as painful as it can get, but probably more painful for you because you've done it. Okay, so definitely some good things. Okay, there's been an update on the BBC News as well, so let's look at that. Are exams and results still affected by the pandemic? Yes, but not much. There was only one change that we discussed, the equation sheets. Exams went completely back to normal, however, in Wales and Northern Ireland. Grades are expected to be similar to those in 2019 and also from last year. It doesn't mean you've done less well than older siblings who got teacher-assessed grades or extra exam support. It's all just part of the plan. Jamal got 8-7 in combined. Why are you crying? That's really nice. That's really good. That's A star A. That is really good. Don't lower yourself. Remember, GCSEs are only going to dictate the next step of your life, and it won't dictate what necessarily happens after that. People are still checking us online. Okay. Just bear with me. Loads more news is coming up now as we're approaching 9:30 as well, because at 9:30 the overall state of UK students is going to be revealed, how well you guys have done. I think it's going to be that it's been a bit of a dip from last year, but it's going back towards 2019 trajectory. Okay, so you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 5 students so far, and they've all done extremely, extremely well, from A's to A stars. You can't get any better than those grades, and that's definitely sufficient, especially if you're aiming for Oxbridge and Russell Group universities. They just want to see a whole host of 9s to 7s, and if you want to go more Oxbridge, then they care more about 9s and 8s, but they only look at your top GCSEs. They don't look at all of them. So don't worry if you might not have done well in one of them per se. You've done well overall. That's good enough. Okay, but do not stress yourself out over them. And if you want to resit exams because you think you can do better, especially if it's English and maths, you can definitely get that over and done with in November straight away. And if it's sciences, you'll be resitting it with the next year. But you need to check whether universities accept the resits for the GCSE exams, because if they don't, then they'll just be viewing your original grade, and therefore there's not really a point doing that. So here you can see some photos of students from different schools celebrating their GCSE results all across the country. The Prime Minister Keir Starmer has congratulated GCSE students on your incredible job. He wrote, "Congratulations to those receiving their GCSE results today. You've done an incredible job. I know the power of education and opportunity. My government will make sure everyone's path is determined by their talent, skill, and ambition, not where you came from." So there's definitely a huge emphasis looking at non-private education and how they can balance the north-south divide and things like that. The Secretary of State for Wales sent a nice message to pupils receiving their GCSE results. I'm not going to try and say that, but that means congratulations to everyone in Wales for receiving their GCSE results. Wishing you all the best as you embark on the next chapter. Oh, Chidima, you got your results. Well done, Chidima. You got. Oh, that's amazing. You've done me so proud. See, so Chidima went to the school that I went to. So this is amazing. Lovely. Okay. That is brilliant. Let me go to the channel. Okay, I'm just going to edit the Wall of Fame. That is amazing. See, and everybody achieves such good grades. It doesn't mean one set is necessarily better than the other. As long as you've improved from where you started from, you have done amazing. Thank you, Chidima. You don't owe it all to me. Of course not. You owe it to your hard work and your dedication. And you were at every single GCSE live that I did. So what can we say? Oh, I need to put my laptop on charge. 1 sec. Chidima, really, that is an amazing. You've done so well. I'm so proud of you. I can't believe that you got all 9s and 1/8. That's epic. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna. That is really impressive. So well done. I've put that on the Wall of Fame now. So you can see there. I'm looking at more messages from social media. Everybody is just saying congratulations. The Labour government is saying that critical thinking and problem solving are skills that children should be encouraged to develop as part of a revised curriculum. So they're going to revise the curriculum. So that's interesting what they're going to do there. Obviously, it's going to take some time to set into place, but that's interesting. Okay. There are 700 apprenticeships and 20 T-levels, which all involve a more vocational route. So if you want to go into the workplace, then definitely go through that way. Results are expected to be in line with this year. So there's kind of two narratives. Everyone's saying it's going to be in line with this year, and people are saying it's going to be in line towards 2019. So that's interesting. At 9:30, so in 3 minutes, there's going to be a massive update on how everybody has done in the United Kingdom. So that's going to be interesting. Okay. What would you like me to share with you? Sorry, Mariam, I'm a bit all over the place. Oh yeah, the update. Yeah, of course I will. It's coming in a minute, so I'll show you the BBC page. The update will be coming in literally a minute. And hopefully you guys can update me on how your results went. If anybody has missed the live, obviously they won't be hearing this, but hopefully they can just comment how they've done below, and that would be even nice to see. It's going to be coming soon. Whilst we're waiting for those, different members of parliament are saying congratulations to all pupils receiving their GCSE results this morning. Whilst many will be celebrating, we know pupils from poorer backgrounds are significantly less likely to be receiving those top grades. This is despite them having the same hopes and dreams. Great teachers are key to cracking this, so we need to pay them fairly, treat them well, and get them to the communities where they can make the greatest difference. A results day where every child receives the grades they deserve is possible, but that means investing in their futures today. Teach First is a teacher training social enterprise. Okay, so just waiting for the 9:30 update. Oh, I think it's coming. Okay. So GCSE grades fall again. The GCSE pass rate across England, Wales, and Northern Ireland has fallen for a third year running, with 67.6% of all grades at 4 or C and above. That pass rate is down from 68.2% last year. So the overall pass rate has returned to levels last seen in 2019. Last year's exams were sat before COVID. The last year exams sat before COVID. It's far below what it was in 2020 and 21 when exams were cancelled and results were based on teacher assessments. So you can see here, yeah, as we predicted, it was slightly lower than 2023, the grades. Obviously there was a peak in the teacher assessed grades, but you can see it's falling in line. I think it is almost exactly what 2019 grades look like. So that is the overview. So GCSE grades have fallen, but not to the 2019 level, so it's a bit more manageable. Oh, we've got another result. So I got a 9 in English language, literature, RE, an 8 in maths, further maths, chemistry, 7 in geography, and a 6 in biology and physics. Thank you. Perfect. Okay, I'm going to put you on the Wall of Fame as well. That is amazing. Really well done. Really well done there. See, so the overall GCSE pass rate may have fallen, but the Noel for GCSE viewers are still doing amazing despite that. So remember, if you're comparing yourself to year groups before you, don't do that because it's not a fair comparison. You guys were graded much harder than the 2020 and 21. So you have 3 marks off of 7 in biology. Okay, well, you can consider getting it remarked, but that's really close, so well done. I understand your pain. So let me quickly write down what you have said there. I'm so proud of each and every one of you for improving and achieving those top grades. Okay, the grade boundaries have stayed similar to last year and gone up slightly. Thank you, Bugs Bunny, I appreciate that. I'm so happy to see so many of you guys getting such high grades. It really is impressive. A lot of you guys achieved that academic comeback as well. Okay, I think another news story has come out, but let's just show the updated Wall of Fame. I need to make sure your username is there, actually. Okay. And, okay, let's see what the updated story is. It's a different story for Wales GCSE students compared with A-levels. So in Wales, the top grades are down after the extra pandemic support, but unlike last week's A-level results, which were higher than 2019, the GCSEs are lower than 2019. I don't need to stress anymore. Yes, a lot of my students are coming back and a lot of you are doing really well, so I'm not stressing at all. I have so much faith in you and I'm so proud of you guys. You've done extremely lots of work, so. Okay. So lots of news is coming out. We might have another catch-up session where everybody's just in one place and receiving their results afterwards. Because I know a lot of people are in and out of the schools, getting their results, then driving to their sixth forms or colleges where they want to go to. So I know a lot of people are all over the place. So I appreciate people telling me. It's with all my supportive helpers. Thank you, Mariam. Mariam's like my number one fan. It's so cute. Yes, so a lot of people are busy, but it's nice that people are coming back and telling me how they did. Okay, looking at Northern Ireland grades in isolation, 31% of GCSE entries have an A or A star, which is roughly in line with the pre-pandemic levels. The figure for last year was 34.5%. So there seems to be a slight drop from last year, but it's being in line with 2019, so it's become more stable. The drop in proportion of top grades was expected given the plan to get results back to pre-COVID levels. Wow, so I can see somebody's results, 988888776. Amazing. Okay, I'm going to put you on the Wall of Fame as well. You should be so happy because you've done absolutely amazing. Okay, I will put you on the wall of fame. Lots of BBC stories are coming out now, I think, because more figures and data is coming out. Give me a second. You guys definitely deserve to have fun and celebrate. Hopefully you enjoy your sixth form experience if you're going to do sixth form or whatever plans you have for the future. Okay. So here we go. So far we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 results. I'm just looking at the BBC News. Thank you so much for everything. Of course. And I just want to keep helping students get their top grades that they can achieve. The pass rate across England, Wales, and Northern Ireland has fallen for a third year running to 67.6% of all grades. Okay, so if you've gotten the grades you wanted despite the falling pass rate, even more of a pat on the back for you guys. You guys have done extremely well. You can see some people's results on the wall of fame up there. I should have perhaps created a system where everybody can type their own results in, but oh well. You got a 5 in both English. That's not bad. You shouldn't be upset. At least you've passed both things, so you're not required to retake it. However, if you believe that you can do better, then feel free to retake it. And I would say watch my video on how I got 100% because I was getting 3s and 4s in my practices. It's all about working really hard and doing loads of past practice questions, getting your essays in practice. Oh, okay. So some people have got some. Oh my gosh. So we're getting so many results. Somebody got all 9s, someone got a 9 in religious studies. Well done. Okay, let me just upload this on the wall of fame. Give me a second. Whilst I upload them, there's the new news report over there. Okay. So we've got loads of, almost all of our students have got A's to A stars, which is amazing. I couldn't have asked for any better of a result. I'm genuinely feeling so much better now because I was scared for you guys about how they were going to deliver the results. But you guys have done me proud. Of course, I remember you, QWERTY. I remember the people who attended my lives because they were hours upon hours, so it's pretty in my memory. Okay, and I'm just uploading you guys on the thing. And Sophia got a 9 in RS. See, I remember individuals who came to the lives, definitely, of course I do. I even remember some of my first viewers, so when they comment, I'm like, oh, I remember your username. Okay, I'm just uploading everybody's grades right now. If you're not feeling happy with your grades, then I would recommend not necessarily watching other people get their grades or watching live streams like these, because some people might be successful and that might make you sad. But I think just think about you and your progress. Have you made enough progress for yourself? Did you work the hardest that you could have worked? Then there's nothing to feel ashamed of, okay? There's always going to be moments of procrastination. That's just people being human. But if you think that you worked diligently and you've got grades that are an improvement to how you initially started off, then you deserve to be congratulated. I'm going to show the wall of fame now, the people who have been getting their recent results, who have been no for GCSE viewers. This is overall just filling up gradually, which is really nice to see everybody's grades. Okay. There's been some more news updates on the BBC website as well. Pupils in Wales have opened their envelopes. They're very happy with their results overall. People were really worried about certain results, but they have done better than they expected. They want to continue their education to sixth form. And then another interesting question is whether you guys will be staying on in the sixth forms, because some of you guys have a secondary school and sixth form, or whether you'll be moving to a different one, because both of those are exciting. If you're staying on, you kind of know your teachers and have that comfortable nature. If you're moving, that's really exciting because you get to have new friends, new subjects, even sometimes new teachers. So I would say try and make a really good impression. But I would say a nice thing as well is that you're not immediately going into sixth form. You get a little bit of a reset break, maybe if you need to buy a uniform or if you don't have uniform. So you have a nice reset before you step back into doing more education. But I would say that now time literally flies for you guys. It's going to be applying to universities, and then you're going to be submitting your predicted grades, and then you're going to be sitting your actual A levels, and then soon you'll blink and then you'll be in university or awaiting your A level decisions. So your first massive hurdle is definitely done, and that should feel really nice for you guys. You 3 marks off a 7 in physics as well. Ugh, I can feel the pain. That is quite annoying. I think also because the grade boundaries were slightly higher. So what some people would do, I know this would torture them, but some people will look at previous years and realize that, oh my gosh, I would have got 9 in this and I ended up getting a 6 this year because of the grade boundary difference. So don't compare yourself to people of different year groups. Make sure you know that this year was a bit harder, so you guys have done even better to get those grades. And universities will definitely know that. When universities are taking in different year groups, they do take in contextual ideas about how are the grade boundaries, how did they receive any help, did they receive any guidance, etc. So we've almost been streaming for 2 hours now, which is a very long time. Okay, and more people are coming up with their GCSE results. So yeah, definitely tell me your GCSE results and I'll put you on the wall of fame. I should pin that message. One sec. I can see people are coming as well, so I'll put you guys up. Okay, a lot of people have just put their results. 6 9s and 2 8s. And French was not too good, but you've done well. 6 9s and 2 8s. You've not realised you've got all A stars there. Amazing job. Well done, Anastasia. Well done, Light Claw. Well done, David. I'm so proud of each and every one of you. And every time someone's telling me their results, I feel that much better. News is coming out saying that the drop was the steepest in Northern Ireland. Wow. You got 9 in German. Amazing. Amazing. Okay, let me upload some of your results. I'm not sure if all of you have watched Knowful GCSE videos, but I'm guessing you have because you're on the channel now. So hopefully I have helped you in some sort of way. I am really proud of each and every one of you. Even if you didn't get the results that you wanted initially, I think you still have got to this stage. You were balancing so many exams at once, and you're never going to have that again. You're never going to have to do so many exams at once. So you've passed a hurdle which you're never going to have to look back on, which is another amazing thing. You would have failed French without this channel. Well, I'm glad that helped. You got 9s in sciences, math, geography, and econ. Well done. Amazing. Okay, let me just upload everybody's success. Getting loads of people now. You can see the latest news. The drop has been the steepest in Northern Ireland in terms of grades. David, I need to put your results on as well. I literally could not sleep today because I was so excited for your GCSE results and also nervous at the same time. But I'm so proud. I think you couldn't have done any better. Okay, and who have I not added yet? My universe. I'll add that. I think adding them to a wall of fame, adding to a wall of fame is helpful because then, sorry, my voice is going. I can look back and see how successful every year group is and is becoming. So last one I've added. I may need to extend this wall of fame to walls of fame. I don't think everybody's going to fit on one page, but oh well. Okay. Okay, so I'm now going to be showing an updated version of the Wall of Fame. Well done. I mean, you might not be able to see every bit of information. That should give you a good taster. I'm so proud of you guys. So far we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 13, 14 people share their results and their success, which is amazing. Hopefully we have a little bit more because I think there's got to be at least like 10,000 people who were there watching the GCSE lives in total. So it'd be nice to see how everybody did and ended up. So school ministers are saying that fewer students from less privileged backgrounds are studying art subjects. It's actually lower than 2019. There's been a large decline in expressive arts, 28.7%, and 14.4% in drama. Oh, hello, Chidima, you are back. Really well done, Chidima, and well done to everybody else who's done amazing. All I'm seeing on this amazing board is 7s, 8s, and 9s, which, as you guys know, is A's and A stars. So I'm so proud of you guys. Even if you just passed a subject and you thought initially you weren't going to pass, that is still an amazing thing for you. I love you guys as well. I'm glad that you could achieve your top grades, and hopefully I can help more students in the future for free. Okay. Okay. What we might do is we might end the stream at 10 o'clock and then people can come back to maybe another stream or comment below to tell me how they've done. So we might do that, as I think that was probably a nice little session. Okay, so I might do that. We'll end the live here. My videos and okay, so I will leave a comment on the video so we can do that and so that people can post their results. But till then, I guess I will see you maybe in a couple of hours if I do another live, or if not, if I don't get to see you guys, then best of luck for your future. You've done so well and you've impressed me in every way, each and every one of you. So I'm so proud. Oh, someone else has posted their results. So another all 9 student. Amazing. Okay, so I'll see you guys later. I will keep updating the Wall of Fame because you've done so amazing. Well done, Green Beam. And yeah, you guys keep me updated. And then by the end of today, I'll post a complete Wall of Fame. Okay, so see you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching. And yeah, let me just add the last person who's just commented. Okay, I've updated it, so I'm going to just post that. Okay, I guess I'll see you guys. Oh, every time I keep saying that, people coming. But I'll see you guys in the future. I'm going to add your GCSE results for those of you who want it on the wall of fame. I guess I shouldn't end it yet because people are still posting. Okay, let me keep adding it. I got 8 in geography, 9 in maths, 9 in physics, 9 in chemistry, 8 in history, 6 in biology, 7 in Chinese, 8 in further maths, 9 in English language, 8 in English literature, 7 in engineering. Well done. You've done so amazing. Don't feel bad, okay? You have done so amazing. I know it might be a bit bitter for subjects, some subjects. However, overall, that's what universities really care about, overall your performance. And overall your performance is definitely really high. So well done. And well done, Matt, as well. Well done, Simon. Let me put you on the wall of fame. Oh, I'm doing GCSEs next year. Do I have any courses for Spanish? Yep, I'll be releasing videos for GCSE Spanish by October half term. There'll be a whole set of videos. I got a 9 in everything except math, where I got 8. Well done, Chris. That's so lovely. You guys seem to have done really well this year. Okay, so I'm just adding your success. That's no problem. I'm going to just put everybody's success on the board. There's already no more space on the board, so I'm going to have to add another page. You're going to remark. Okay, perfect. If you were 1 mark off, wow, that's quite painful. But hopefully you remark and see where that gets you to. I am really proud of everybody here. Wow. I'm very pleasantly surprised that everybody's got such good results. Okay. Amazing. I'm going to download that. Sorry about the wait, guys. I'm just refreshing the results day victories of all my students. You're only showing the good results. I mean, you can share the not so good results as well, because life is about everything, isn't it? And you have to include everything. So if you want to resit them, you can resit them. But if you're okay with them knowing that you did your best, and that's also okay as well, that also is a good result, even if it's not the top numbers. You got an 8 in maths, well done. I remember Ben 10 being in one of the lives, so. An 8 in maths is marvellous, well done. Okay, I think we'll do a catch-up later. People can post their GCSE results, and we will add more people to the Wall of Fame. But good luck, go and celebrate, because I don't want to take up too much of your time, Retakes.